Hello everyone, welcome to Tech Sharmit. In this session, we will discuss another scenario for Get Diagnostic function. Okay, so mainly we are going to discuss about the Get Diagnostic statement, and with this statement, we will fetch the length for the message which we have just retrieved from the last executed SQL statement. Okay, now to explain it more easy form, to explain this in easy way, what I will do, firstly I will show you one example and one table with their data, and then we will perform some operation in order to understand this concept. Okay, so let me run one command here, strsql. Here I will run one normal query, select star from Sharmit1, which is my library name slash, and my file name is students. So once I hit enter here, you will see as of now there is no data available in this file. Clear? Okay, let's go to the program again. So now we will go through program, but the main thing is that we know that in this file there is no record available, right? Okay, fine. So let's go to the program. Here, first of all, what we are doing, we are declaring two variables. My first variable name is gd underscore info, which is of zone decimal type of length 8. And the value that we are going to retrieve with the help of Get Diagnostic is message length. In our last session, we discussed about the message text, right? This time we are going to discuss about the message length. Okay, so how we will get to know about this thing, like what should be the data type and length for this gd info variable. Name, we can select anything, like for name we can write uh, message length, msg length. It is up to you, right? You can select any name. But for data type and for length, we need to visit the IBM official website. There on Get Diagnostic page, or you can say Get Diagnostic folder, you will search for this message length. Once you search for the message length, you will find all the list of all the statement that we can retrieve with the help of Get Diagnostic, along with their data type and length. So from that file or from that IBM official website, you will find the information about the data this variable, data variable, and then you can declare it. Okay, now next thing is result. So this is the variable which I just prepared in order to store the converted value. Here we have gd info, which is of numeric time. So just to show this as a character data, what I will do, I will convert this gd info into character, and then that character I will store it into this result variable. Okay, afterwards what we are doing, we are setting a commit option to star nut, as we always do in all the SQLRPGLE programs. Then we have main query. In this main query, what we are doing, we are trying to delete the record from the file student where student ID is 200. So what we are doing, we are writing one query, delete from Sharmit1, which is my library name, slash students where student ID is 200. But we checked in file that there is no record available in the file, and but still we are trying to delete the record where ID is 200. So in this case, what will happen? The query resides in error, and it will return the failure message. So in this case, we are not interested in that message part, because that thing we have already discussed in our last session, how to fetch the message of the last executed SQL statement. Here we are going to discuss about the message length. So to fetch that length, what we will do, we will write exec SQL, which is execute SQL, get diagnostics, condition 1. So just write the same in a same manner, just write the same syntax. Then we are retrieving the value in this host variable gd info. The value is coming from statement message length. So whatever the value we will fetch here will be stored into this host variable gd info. Then what we are doing, we are converting it to character, and then that character value we are storing into this result variable, and then we are printing the result. and here we are setting the INLR to star on. So let's quickly compile this program and see what output it is returning. So here I'm calling it. So you can see it is returning the length as 25. Why? Because the message text we are getting here is the file record not found in a file, something like this, which we have already shown in which we have discussed in a previous session, right? So right now it is just, so whenever we execute this program, whenever we call this program, it is returning the length. Okay, and that length is equal to the it is actually a length of message text. Whatever the message text we are receiving after executing that query, it is returning the length of that message. Okay, and if you have not covered the previous session, you can go through it because there we were using get diagnostic in order to fetch the message text for the last executed SQL statement. And in this session, we are fetching the length for that particular message. Okay, let's try one more thing. Right now we have got this message for the failure of the query, right? Because there is no record in the file and we are trying to delete it. Okay, so let me show you another way, or you can say another scenario. Let me add, firstly we need to add some data in it, because for deletion we need data. So let's write it. Insert, take F4. Here I will put my file name, which is students, and hitting enter. Here I will put one record with ID student 100, or here I can simply write student hyphen 100 just for the test purpose. So record has been inserted. Similarly, we will add one more record with 101. Fine. So if I check the query again, you will see we have two records in it, 100 and 101. Okay, let me log in it here. I think it is, yeah. Okay, so now what we will do, we will call the program again, but before that let me check what is the exact value. We are trying to delete 200, but 200 is not there, so let me, okay, we can change it here. Let's make it 100. So this time what it will do, it will go to delete the record 100, and it will find that record because we have 100 record, right? So let me call it record with 100 student ID. So here you can see it is returning 41. Why? Because this time the length of the message is 41. Okay, let's check one more thing. Let me take it in debug mode. Before that, what we will do, we will insert a few lines of code here. So let me change slightly the logic. 40. Okay, we have this. So just copy it from here simply and paste it after this. Instead of length, we will make it text just for the test purpose. Let me check if it is working or not, and here I will write a result. So what we will do, we will try to compile it. It is compiled. Compile it in debug mode. So I'm compiling it with source star source, and then we will call it. So it is compiled with source. Now what we will do, we will try to put it on debug. So for that I will write strdbg f4. Here I will put my program name and compile it with yes. Sorry, we are just passing two values. Yes, not compiling. Actually we are putting it on debug. So after some time it will take my program in debug mode, and there I will put some breakpoints, and I will show you like what is the exact message we are getting and how it is calculating the length. So set breakpoint is set. Now I'm calling it and pressing F10. So firstly it is executing query, but you know this time there is no record available, which is 100. So let's check what message we have got in result variable. It is row not found. So if you count this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 and 25. So total characters is 25. Okay, let's make F10 again. This time if you check the length, it will return 25, which is correct because the message we have got here is 25 of characters. So that's why it is working fine. Now slightly change this program. Let me call it again. And what we will do, okay, this time we need to change, but or we can do one thing. We can insert one record with 100 ID again. So it is inserted. Now I will run this. Let's check the message if it got that record or not, because we have, yeah. So here the message is 1 rows deleted from students and Sharmit 1. It means the query has been executed successfully. This is a success message. Similarly, if I press F10, it will show the actual length, which is 41 now. Okay, so this is how we are utilizing Get Diagnostics in order to fetch the length of the message. I hope this session is clear to all of you. And this thing you can use. Let's say we are trying to fetch the message length, and on the basis of condition, we want to separate it in a separate variables. We want to store it in a separate variable. Let's say if the message length is lesser than 50, so I want to store it into result variable 1. But if the message length is greater than 50, then I need another larger variable, so I need to store it in result variable 2. So this is the 2 condition, right? So for that, what we can do, firstly we will fetch the length of the message, and as per the length of the message we can decide which variable we will use to store the output of the last executed SQL statement, message text. Okay, so both the statement you can use together, message length and message text, or it is up to you, right? But overall we should know like what is the actual purpose of message length with Get Diagnostics and message text with Get Diagnostics. And regarding Get Diagnostics statement, we know that yes, it is returning all the information regarding the last executed SQL statement. So whatever the SQL statement you are using before to this query, before to this statement will be considered as the last executed SQL statement. So yeah, that's all for this session. I hope it is clear to all of you. In the next session, we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.